Hello guys, TechSnackles, and I'm very excited to show you today iOS 7. This is the first beta out there, this developer preview for people to start creating apps. And first of all, I'm not Chinese, you might see some Chinese characters here. This is borrowed, so please don't ask me if I am Chinese because I'm not. Anyways, if you did follow WWDC and you saw this is awesome. People stood up and applauded, and it really is kind of bringing iOS to the 21st century and getting rid of Scott Forstall's skepticism. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but what basically makes him look real. And this is Johnny Ive input on it to make it look flatter and bring it into modern age. And it really does look nice. Every icon is kind of redesigned. It still kind of looks the same, except for like Photos and Game Center, which completely redesigned icon. And they use a new typography here, which makes things just look clearer and way nicer, bringing into modern age. And there's not much change within apps. It's just the way they work, and the user interface is kind of changed within it. Apple is kind of using more of the swipes from certain angles on the phone. Now, this is the new weather app, and it's kind of Yahoo's latest weather app, just integrated into iOS, and it looks pretty nice. And as you can see here, the clouds are moving. This is all created based on layers. They wanted to create layers to make it look awesome. You see in Shanghai it's raining, so you see the rain moving behind. And this to make it like three-dimensional and really, really nice looking and quite modern. Now, they also introduced new multitask with people with jailbreak have probably been using the same kind of multitask, which is really, really nice. You can't yet close all at the same time. And the new typography was also introduced to the keyboard, which is also, the background of the keyboard is also kind of a layer put on top. So if you have colors underneath that layer, you will see colors underneath the keyboard. And the keyboard is pretty nice. It's kind of the same, it just looks nicer in a way. So basically, the new, as you can see here, this is the new UI. A little bit of the redesign from icons. They introduced this new design aspect to it, so you can redesign the icons to look nice with the new user interface. So here you can see settings, which is basically the same, just better design. It looks nicer and more organized, as you can see here. Apparently you can also manage your storage much better. So you got control center here, which we'll just talk about in a minute, and notification center. So notification center just has a little bit of an update. They introduced today, all, and missed sections to it, so you can miss and all of your notifications. You still don't swipe to close it, you have to click the cross, so a bit annoying. And you got control center, which is a big ask for many people that had jailbreak already, that you can access this. Now you can access some apps, and it's also transparent, so it builds on layers, which is what Apple's doing. You have a flashlight there, you can access camera, the music, you have AirDrop now, which is awesome. You can just transfer files to your computer in a snap, and also to friends without needing NFC or anything. Well, you do need wireless. And again, swiping for multitask, really easy and really cool. So it's kind of a minor update to features, but they do look awesome. It looks flatter, and the calendar is also new, and it looks much nicer and more organized than before, than the really simple one, which I didn't really like. It wasn't that appealing. Now calendar is kind of more appealing, and also for macOS X, if you've seen the new macOS X Mavericks, the calendar looks much nicer. Now here you see the new redesign reminders app, which doesn't look anything special. There's not many things new. Once the official iOS 7 comes out, we'll talk more about it. This is just a beta one, so there's still a bit bugs. So as you can see here, this is a layer built upon the background. They have this new angle movement detection, which kind of allows you to detect the movement which your phone is, and kind of create this three-dimensional panel. So it looks like apps are actually standing out and away from your background. Now folders also have a redesign, and again you got that 3D effect there, which basically allows you to finally have pages within it, so you can create kind of like unlimited pages of your apps. And it also has a little bit of a different look to it, as you can see, quite different look to it. For Siri, we'll probably hear more updates this fall, but for now we know you can change voices for Siri, and it looks nicer, and you can turn off Bluetooth. What's the weather today?
Here's the weather today.
And again, it has that updated new look to it, which is kind of built upon layers. Now on settings, you don't have much new. Notification center doesn't have many things new. Just you can kind of customize it in the today view, and you can now have this new swipe thing to it. What iOS is doing, Just like BlackBerry, you swipe from the edge of your phone. You can't swipe from the inside, which is really nice and takes advantage of that edge of your phone and kind of just interacts more with you. Newsstand has finally turned into an app, which means you can finally put it in a folder and get rid of it if you don't even use it. You don't have to have that ugly icon on your screen. And Photos has become more organized. You can now see it now divides based on where you took them and the time. You can also have this year's view of photos you took in a year, and just by dragging your finger across them you can see the different photos, which with the retina display should be nice to look at. A cool new thing is also Safari, which now Safari kind of resumes after you open a tab on your Safari Mac. It kind of continues. If you have a tab open in your Mac or in your Safari browser on a PC, I think it works too, you will have it open on your phone once you resume. Safari also has a new look to it, which is kind of nice and probably, hopefully, will be better, much better than Chrome, and kind of let me use Safari again. I love Safari for my iPhone, but Chrome just took over because it's so much easier and nicer to use. It's so much more user-friendly in a way. The UI is more friendly. So as you see at the top, it kind of fades away once you start swiping. So you have this real full-screen view, which they kind of had introduced before, but it wasn't really full screen. And then the tab on the downside there, which you access your multi windows and whatever you have open and go back and forth. As you can see, it now opens. Also by tapping on the corner, it appears, and you got here multitask, which now lets you open unlimited windows. I think before it was 8, now you just can open unlimited of them. And this kind of looks like Chrome, but they're on this 3D up view. And you could just swipe them to the left to get rid of them, which is really nice, and hopefully, let me use Safari again instead of Chrome. The icon does look nice. Now, Mail has also been redesigned, and it kind of looks like Mailbox if you've used Mailbox, but it is compatible with all kind of inboxes, not just Gmail, so it's nicer. And also, once you swipe it, you can also swipe from the edges to access back. It's just like Mailbox in a way, except you swipe it and you get options instead of just swiping and deleting them. The clock just has a little bit of a redesign, not much to it, just introducing it to the new modern design. There's not many things to the new music app. It kind of just looks the same, and I can't figure out how to swipe back if you can swipe back, which you could before just by swiping the album, I think. And iTunes Radio will come out later this year, which should be cool to see. And you can also control music, as I said before, from Control Center, which is pretty neat. It's easier to control than double tapping. The camera app kind of had a redesign and an introduction of a new feature, which is Square, and they also introduced filters and colors you can choose, and this new swipe interface to choose in between videos and photo taking and panorama photo taking. So as you can see here, different colors and some filters which are hidden somewhere, and you can choose get ready your photos for Instagram. And now it's never been easier to search on your iPhone. You now just swipe down and you get access to the search bar instead of wasting space on your phone on a page. The App Store kind of had a small redesign. It just kind of returned to its old fashion of swiping down to see the top apps. And now you have apps near me, which where you are, it will suggest apps for where you are and what people downloaded there, which is kind of neat. Also, updates are now automatically made. Finally, you will wake up with a phone updated by itself without you always have to click update, or update all. So basically, that's what I wanted to talk about iOS 7 today. This was just a first look. Once the final version comes out at the end of the year with apps ready for it and everything, we will talk more then. And then we'll probably get a review by then. And so guys, as always, thank you a lot for watching. This was the iOS 7 Beta 1 first look. And as always, if you have any questions or suggestions, or you want to see anything from this channel, you want us to explore any kind of technology, or you want us to show more about iOS 7, feel free to ask. I don't have everything, iOS 7 doesn't have everything like the final product will probably have. And it still has quite a few bugs, and it kind of drains your battery life quite quickly right now. But apparently it's not going to be like that, and it's going to save your battery and allow all these effects to still ensure you that you have a great battery life, even though the iPhone battery isn't that good. So thank you a lot for watching. I'll see you all in the next video, and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/TechSnackles. Thank you all for watching.